Another thing was at main stage there's another security checkpoint, and the security guards were only letting pretty people in. So literally in front of everyone, literally everyone
no
they went,
uggos.
they were like, "Oh, you're cute, you're good, you're cute, you're good." And like a bigger woman ended up like coming to the front of the line. She's like, "All my friends are in there," and he was like, "Well, that sucks. Get to the back of the line." Back to another episode of the Levity podcast, where we captivate casual conversations. I'm your host Taman.
I'm Phil.
He's Phil. I was just gonna say that,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, that's cool. But we're actually in a whole new setting, right?
Yeah.
A whole nother state.
Where are we right now?
I don't know.
Dude.
Where are we?
Welcome to New York.
Well, we have two very special guests and two very dear friends of mine. And
So special.
super special.
Yeah.
Two very dear friends of mine. And why don't you guys give us a little bit of an introduction?
Yeah, for sure. Hi, guys. My name's Young. I'm a Korean American living in New York City. I work for a B2B SaaS startup doing growth marketing and field marketing. And I'm really excited to be on.
Dude,
Thanks
it
for
hits
having
great
me.
every single time you say it.
He just has a crisp voice.
How do you do that?
A real crisp
Yeah.
voice.
I'm him, bro.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to do that like at a convention or something?
Yeah, I give the speech a lot. So,
Oh,
yeah.
well, damn. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll get a little more into that after. Alina.
My name is Alina. I work at Bowery showroom. I'm the design director there, and I do all things pertaining to design there. But I did go to school at Parsons for fashion design. So,
And how old are you?
23.
Well, yeah. Actually, to be quite honest with you guys, this is our second take because we had a little bit of a technical difficulty.
Yeah.
But where we were just talking about how we met, which was all through social media. And if you don't mind giving that story again one more time.
Yeah, for sure. I'll try to recapture the magic. But
Yeah.
basically, at one point, Taman and I both had some pretty significant presences on TikTok, and this was back during the pandemic when everything was popping. I was living in LA at the time, and this guy, we've literally never met before, DMs me, and it's just like, "Yo, I'm coming through to LA." I was like, "Okay, cool. Why do I care?"
Yeah.
And
That's exactly how it happened. You just slid in.
It's literally exactly how it happened.
Slid in.
Just slid
Mm-hmm.
out of
Wow.
nowhere, and I was like, "Who is this kid?" But he was texting me and stuff, and I had some free time, and I was like, "Oh, when you get in, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Oh, I got you. I'll pick you up from the airport." So
Yeah.
I picked him up, first time meeting and everything, and then that week when he was there, we actually hung out a ton, and I figured out that Taman's actually not too bad of a guy. So
I
we've
remember-
been friends ever since.
At one point, singing country music in his living room.
How did that come about?
Don't know, Justin, my old roommate, my best
Yeah.
friend. He goes, "Hey, Tammy can sing country music," and I was like, "Fuck it, just put on YouTube karaoke."
He went off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so did you know Justin prior to?
Oh, we all knew each other through through social media as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Justin actually, he still has my standing desk because I couldn't bring that thing back with
Oh,
me.
you gave him that standing desk?
Yeah. It's a nice ass standing desk too, bro. I miss
Yeah,
that
it
thing.
is. But Alina actually met her for the first time on her birthday. 2 years ago in K-Town.
Wait, that was your first time meeting her too?
Yeah. We talked to each other, but that was our first
Yeah.
time meeting in person.
Oh, that's crazy. We gotta tell that story too.
Yeah. How did that come
I
about?
pulled up with 6 shotties.
And one of them was bald. So bald guy and a straight guy.
So we don't have a lot of straight guys at Parsons, obviously, because it's our school. So we only had one guy in our friend group full of 6 or 7 girls, and we pulled up on them. And
we were at a pocha in K-Town, and I had never met anything before. I'm very, very much so inebriated, and I just see 6 beautiful women pull through, and I just see this bald man walking right in front of them, and I'm like, this guy's the GOAT. This guy's the fucking.
I thought he was gonna beat me
This
up.
guy's the man, bro. When I walked, I was like, "Oh, Hyungnim, oh, nice to meet you. Come on in, please sit."
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a fucking night.
So you guys met each other by chance? It wasn't like a scheduled meetup.
well,
or?
no, I think I was out for my birthday doing something, and then I knew that Taman was here, and it was Marissa's birthday too. And then he was like, "You were like, pull up," and I just came to say hi.
Yeah, that was a very interesting group of influencers who ended up at that table.
So strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a fun night. It was a fun night. Have you guys ever seen like Young in like 2 years ago? If you asked him to like down a bottle of soju,
I have a video of you like downing a whole entire bottle in like 2 seconds on that night.
and I haven't seen you do it since then. But I saw it on your story not too long ago.
I'll still do it. I'll do it right now.
That's crazy.
Wait, that's your thing. That's your like your party
That's
trick.
my party trick. Yeah.
You just guzzle alcohol.
So at first I was like, okay, like fruit soju, like that's crazy, right? And then I saw him do it with a regular bottle of Jinro,
Yeah.
and I was like, what the hell did I just watch?
Huh.
He's like the tankest tank I've ever tanked.
No, I believe it.
Yeah,
The tankiest of them all.
yeah.
I've fallen off. I'm past my prime, but I can still give you one.
That's nuts.
So when did you find? How did you even find out you had like a natural talent like that?
Honestly, like at some point I was just like, damn, like I can put away 6 bottles, like no problem. So I was just like, why don't I try?
Let's see how fast I can do it.
Yeah, I was just like, just fuck it, do it. And like honestly, like I think having a high tolerance is high key a bad thing in the long run, because I think like as the night goes on, well, one, it takes you so long to get drunk in the first place, right?
And
like
it's
as the night
expensive.
goes on, and even if you've been pacing yourself, like you kind of hit that point where like you don't know like how drunk you are anymore.
Okay.
And so like I've definitely had a few times where I've like not known my limits because I've been so used to drinking a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And it's expensive.
it is expensive. It's not fun. It's not pretty on the wallet.
See, I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I'm like a one-shot wonder,
Me
and I'm
too.
done. Yeah.
I would love to be a one-shot wonder, high key.
Do you turn red at all?
No, I don't get Asian glow. That's the thing.
Dude, you're one of the blessed ones, dog.
I'm telling you.
I get major Asian glow.
I know. I turned purple.
I feel like for Korean people it's like 50-50. Like there's like most people in my family like don't get it at all.
Yeah.
My mom, like she gets mad red. And then like I feel like you're either really tanky because like if you guys know anything about Korean drinking culture, like they throw down. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, you're either a one-shot wonder or like you're going for the rest of the night.
See, I feel like for Vietnamese people, our ratio is like 90-10, like 90 red, 10 not.
No, he's the most red I've ever seen anyone.
Yeah, I turn like this red.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts.
I'll be like a stoplight,
You
dude.
take Pepsid or anything?
No, it doesn't work for me.
Really?
No, I found this
Doesn't
alcohol
work?
patch recently that like you just like stick it on like a
Yeah.
nicotine patch almost, and
Does that work?
I'm coasting.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it
Yeah, I turn
works.
into you
Does
when I
it
put the
aff-
patch on.
Oh, really? It
Yeah, I feel like
affects your
Thanos with like my 5
tolerance?
rings.
What's
Huh?
it called?
It
Eye
affects
blush
your
or something?
tolerance?
It fixes my tolerance and everything. Yeah.
Oh, but why would you want that? Then you have to spend more money on drinks.
Well, no, because I can hang longer and like last the whole night. But it's called the eye blush patch, I think.
Oh, they sponsored me. The patches
Oh,
a
did
while
they?
back. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna bleep it out here.
Yeah, we're not getting sponsored for this.
No free sponsors, no free promo. But,
Bleep it out here.
I tested that out on my friends though. It didn't really work.
Really?
Yeah, for them, but it was like a
Maybe it
long
only
time.
Were
works
they-
on Vietnamese people.
Yeah, were they Vietnamese?
They were not Vietnamese.
See, that's the problem, man.
Like in the ingredients, it says bum boy.
Whoa.
Missing a little Nick mom.
Yeah. Y'all know too much about this stuff. Man. How do you know these ingredients, man?
Oh, I love Viet people, man.
Thanks, dog.
Yo, even if I don't like them, I'm surrounded by like 30 of them a day.
So like, yeah.
He's got no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
but can we talk about Izu real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
ass
Yeah.
fire festival?
I didn't go this year. I had a feeling. It's because I think they know that I wasn't going, so it was ass.
I mean, no, I
Guys, Lena
heard.
Lynn's not attending today. Like, we might as well not.
So we got
even
to
go.
riot. We got to like
Yeah.
storm through the.
That's why they canceled Friday, because they knew I was busy.
Yeah, no, I saw. Did you not see the Izu announcement when they turned off the comments?
What? But I saw the one the day after. I think it was like yesterday where they turned it on.
With her face on it?
And, oh,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I
They
missed that
said it
one.
in the fine print in the bottom.
Yeah.
Like Zed almost didn't show up because he heard that like she wasn't there.
Dude, why didn't you show up, dude? You ruined my trip,
I
man.
had something to do.
She was a chain and smoker.
Wow. But yeah, you only went yesterday, right?
Yes, yeah. I was only ever planning on going Sunday in the first place, so luckily it worked out for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole situation was so messed up. Do you guys want to give context to the situation, or like, do you know enough about it?
It's like they oversold, and they basically, what's the phrasing? They
No, okay. So like they switched management recently. So like the Brooklyn Mirage people and like the AGA people.
Avant-Garde.
Yeah, they just bought out
Avant-Garde.
Electric Zoo recently, right?
Yeah, they bought it for $15 million.
Yeah.
So the producers this year were different, which is part of why there was like a lot of technical issues.
Yeah.
But essentially, the stage wasn't done for Friday, and they didn't give people a heads up until 3 hours before the festival was supposed to start. And so Friday was just straight up canceled. Saturday ended up starting 2 hours later than it was supposed to because they were still putting the finishing touches on set design and everything.
Yeah.
The artists weren't told either. The Chainsmokers showed up on Friday,
And they were like, "What the
they were
fuck?"
like, "Oh, we're not performing anymore. That's crazy." So yeah, there's just like a lot of issues, a lot of rumors going around, and so I don't know if like a lot of this is substantiated or not. But essentially, what I heard is that Izu's like $8 million in the hole, and so they weren't able to pay their workers, like the people that were supposed to come and set stage design.
Yeah.
So that's why they weren't finished in the first place. And then also, just the whole like event itself, like with Friday getting canceled, I think what happened on Sunday was they let people who had Friday tickets just come on Sunday, and so the venue was so packed. Like I was lucky enough to get there like early, didn't have any issues, but my friends that came later, like around 5, they didn't end up getting in until 7:30, and that's because they stormed the gates, like the entire like,
Oh, they were part of it?
Oh no, like, well, I mean, I can't say they were a part of it or anything, but like they were there, and so essentially they literally broke the barricades down, stormed past the cops, security, everyone, and just like literally like, hundreds of people just flooded through it. Like it was super unsafe. The venue smelled like shit this year. It smelled like it smelled
like
so
horse
bad.
shit.
It smelled like straight.
There was
horse
one
shit.
stage, right? Like it was just covered
Yeah,
in
yeah. It was the one that John Summit was performing at. I don't remember the names of the stages, but they had a bunch. I think there was 4 stages total, and the one that I ended the night at, it was right next to another stage. They planned it so poorly. We were standing on the right side where like there was another stage like not even like maybe 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Music was so.
I heard the sound bleed was like
It
terrible.
was so overstimulating, and like literally my friend and I left early, and like we left the rest of our group because I was like, guys, I'm not enjoying this. I'm getting
It was just too
I'm
much.
getting earache right now. Like I gotta go.
It's crazy.
No, it was OD.
A
bad.
couple things that our group personally experienced was people were paying the security guards $325 to get in.
Yeah, just like
Or
cut
like
the
to
line,
say,
or
like,
like even
cut
go
the
to
line,
like
cut the
will
line.
call, because like will call people were just like
Oh yeah, that was another thing. Saturday, will call line was 5 hours long, which is why I went Sunday because I had a will call ticket, and good thing I did because like will call line was super short that day.
Oh,
got
it
in no
was?
problem. Yeah, so got in no problem. But then towards the end, when like everyone started showing up around like 5, 6,
Yeah.
that line was crazy.
Because our friends like were in the will call line on Saturday, and they came in the same time as us, and they couldn't even make it until like the very last set where Zach showed up.
Yeah, I heard.
Another thing was at main stage there's another security checkpoint, and the security guards were only letting pretty people in. So literally in front of
as they
everyone, literally everyone
no
they went,
uggos.
they were like, "Oh, you're cute, you're good, you're cute, you're good." And like a bigger woman ended up like coming to the front of the line. She's like, "All my friends are in there," and he was like, "Well, that sucks. Get to the back of the line."
That's OD.
So they
Yeah.
were playing like real life Tinder, basically.
Great.
And then 2 guys ended up like beating the shit out of that security guard, and half his face was bleeding apparently. And
Oh yeah, I was there for that.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Really?
Yeah, because like we were like trying to get out because like it was starting to like swarm, like it was getting pretty nuts. And then out of nowhere, like you see like this security guard just show up and like just tackle this guy out of nowhere. And then like the girls like started running up and like try to pull him off or whatever whatnot. And like his friends jumped in and like kicked the security guard in the face and like he started bleeding and whatever whatnot.
People thought he was
Yeah.
bringing a gun because the security guard got up and was like went to his car.
Yeah.
So like everyone was like, "Yo, air
Okay,
out!"
but how do you
like
get in
air
and
out.
out so fast?
I don't know. I want to use whatever entrance he was using.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was a shit show. Like the videos of the bathroom. Did you see that shit? Disgusting.
I'm sorry, I don't ever use the bathroom, but I couldn't use it.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess you got, but apparently all the stalls were like filled with like throw up. Like,
Oh, they were
like,
disgusting.
No, but there's no lines out there. It was just like mayhem. Like there's no
Yeah.
like organization or whatever.
Not at all.
No, but I looked it up. It wasn't like the person who owns AJ or like AG. It's like his son, Billy Bedfield or whatever his name is. But like they ended up putting his pictures. Did you see that TikTok where they ended up putting his pictures next to the Fire Festival creator in all the bars, and then they
Yeah.
were just like throwing drinks at the TVs and shit.
Yeah, people are like, we can't wait for the Netflix documentary to show up for this one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Completion.
when did they get bought out? I don't.
Last year,
Before.
before this season.
You didn't know? Because like they wrote in the fine print that, you know, because Alina wasn't showing up, we're selling this and yeah, we're not going to
No,
organize
I
it.
didn't see that part. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saw my name.
And then they try to
Profit margins dipped so bad.
yeah. Yeah, the retail ticket $229, there was a resale right there for $49.99. Oh, but fucking
But yeah, have you guys been in like years prior like, to Izu?
I went like the last 4 or 5 consecutive years.
Oh.
I just didn't go this year because I didn't feel like it.
I went the last 2 years. We went together last year.
Yeah, how was it? Like, how was that
Yeah,
compared to this shit show this year?
It was fun. Oh, we went 2 years too. We went the last 2 years together, right?
Did
Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I think so.
I think
Anyways,
so, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll just say that. We'll just say that.
So what? So
Honestly, it's never that bad.
Yeah, so what is the experience
Yeah.
supposed to be like? 'Cause this is my first time going, so I had no idea what to expect.
It's supposed to be like an easy festival,
Yeah,
man.
like
you
super
just-
chill.
yeah.
Like people give you space. They're
Yeah.
all like plur or whatever.
really?
Because I saw the Stampede and I was like, oh, this is why they call it Izu, because like everyone's just like going nuts.
Nah, man. Like that's
No,
like,
it's never ever like that.
Oh.
This year is like
yeah.
outlier or whatever.
Yeah, and like it's because of like all the production details. But normally like, it was pretty chill. Like you just show up. Like I think the worst part is just like the bridge walks and everything. but,
Yeah, the worst part is just the bridge.
Yeah, like when
at the end.
when it's over, like you essentially like they have like shuttle buses and everything, but like,
Yeah.
I live in Queens, so it's easier for me to just go across the bridge back to Queens.
You walked past. You walked on the bridge, right?
And that,
Yeah.
and that is a long walk, and especially like if it's crowded towards the. This is why I always leave early, because like if you're leaving when the festival ends, like you're like
You
packed.
just feel like cattle. 2 years ago, I was walking back and I was like crying the entire time back.
Really?
Yeah, because I just wanted to go home.
Huh.
You got like
I'm a sensitive
mentally
girl.
frustrated. Have you been to like a rave on the West Coast?
No, I've only been to Izu.
How about like EDCLV?
I've been to Hard Summer.
Mm.
Yeah,
Same.
that's actually the first festival I ever went to.
Oh really?
Same. I'm right there with
Yeah,
you.
it was dusty, man.
Oh wait, I lied. I went to
Head in the Clouds.
We saw Lenny.
So I was just thinking EDM festivals. That's why.
I mean, wasn't Knock 2 at Head in the Clouds?
He was, but like
It wasn't like an EDM thing.
like Head in the Clouds, like Coachella, like Lala, like those kind of festivals. Like like they have like regular art, like pop, like rock, rap, like everyone, right? And EDM. So like EDM festivals, I feel like it's all.
Yeah.
How would you compare it to like the prime year that you went to Izu compared to like your festival on the West Coast?
Honestly, I feel like no matter what, it's gonna be a good time if you go with good people. Like it really depends on like what are the vibes of your group. Like is everyone having a safe, like fun time? Like if you're worrying about stuff like oh so and so isn't feeling well or like you guys can't get water, like things like that. Like then it's never a good time. But I feel like overall, if you're just comparing venues and stuff, I think people on the West Coast definitely go harder.
Really?
Yeah, I think people on the West Coast are like, especially with just like the way bigger like Asian community on the West Coast as opposed to the East Coast. Like they really go ham on raves and like festivals like Countdown or like events like that.
Countdown.
Countdown. I want to go to Countdown.
I want to go to
Yeah,
Countdown too.
isn't
Or the
Countdown on the-
Halloween one.
Yeah.
Isn't Countdown just in like a big old tent?
Yeah, I think so.
Like that, like the tunnel.
It's like a New Year's
Yeah,
like
it's
type
a
of
New
event,
Year's,
right?
And it's like 4 days or something.
Yeah, yo, last
Holy.
year's lineup was like completely stacked. Last year's Countdown lineup.
They said the same thing about Easy this year. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
but they
getting
couldn't
nervous
afford
again.
it this year.
He's getting flashbacks.
Yeah, I know. It's you're triggering me.
But you spent some time on the West Coast, right?
Yes, sir.
And so how long were you there? Like 2 years?
I was there for a year.
For a year?
Yeah.
It feels like you've been there longer.
Yeah, no, I mean that was definitely a chapter in my life that felt longer than it actually was. It was a new thing. Going into my senior year of college, that's when the pandemic hit, so 2020.
Yeah.
And at the time, like because of the pandemic, I started making TikTok content, and like they started doing really well. I got introduced to a bunch of people, and I got the opportunity to work for a social media startup out there. So I decided to take a gap year for my senior year.
Oh.
I lived in Burbank and Studio City in LA, and I worked there. It was really cool. Got to meet a lot of like some of my heroes like growing up. I worked for David Choi, Ryan Higa.
No way.
I met Olive Wong Fu. Like it was really cool. I got to like be kind of situated in that community, and it was really cool like learning from them and their experiences.
That's crazy.
So what would you say is the best thing about the West Coast compared to the East Coast?
I think easy answer is just like weather, man.
Weather?
Like, it is beautiful like
Yeah.
all the time, and especially like I'm gonna just talk about SoCal because like my experience is SoCal,
Okay.
but because of the dry heat and everything, like it could be like 90 out and it'll feel like a 60, 70,
Yeah.
okay, not 60, but like 75 day in New York. Just because New York, like when it's hot here, it's muggy, it's gross. You go down to the subway stations and like you're sweating your balls off.
It's disgusting.
It is nasty.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it definitely not that like LA's the cleanest city ever either, but like
Yeah.
it's New York's next level when it comes to people just like tossing their shit everywhere, right? So,
Mm. But yeah, can we dive into like you like meeting all your heroes like Wong Fu and like Ryan Higa and all that stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
So like okay, that sounds crazy to me because I've never had any type of like experience like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what was like your biggest takeaway from like just having that opportunity?
I think just like the mental image I had of my head of them was like still like from like their primes, like during content, right? Like when they're on YouTube and they're like very young and like joking and stuff, and then like getting to meet them in person. Like these people like have families now, they have kids, wives, like
Yeah, we grew up with them. Yeah.
No, like they're so grown up, mature. Like YouTube's like not even their main thing anymore, right? Like they run like businesses. Like David So, who was like a big idol of mine growing up, like always looked up to him and like always really liked his style of humor. Like very relatable for me, and you know, he's got 2 whole new businesses now, like very successful podcasts, like just kind of living his life and like getting married and stuff. So it's just like very surreal for me to be like, wow, like I was 10 years old, and so like they grew up just like I did. So
Yeah. Did you what's it called? Do you still keep in touch with them?
Every now and then, for sure. I'd say
Yeah.
like I talk to like AJ Raphael occasionally here and there. Super nice guy. If you guys aren't familiar, Filipino American singer, super talented.
Yeah.
His wife too.
Yeah,
His
she's-
wife
You're hitting me
too.
with all this
Yeah.
nostalgia right now. It's like pretty nuts, dude.
No, like it was such like it was so surreal for me because like I looked up to these people like growing up because like you know, people our age, like Asian Americans, like K-pop wasn't even like that poppin' in the States yet. Like so like the real only form of like Asian American representation that you could get was YouTube.
Yeah.
And so like seeing them
Ryan Higa.
Yeah, Ryan Higa, like Kev Jumba, like
JK
all that.
Films.
JK Films, like
Yeah.
like those were my guys, and so like getting to meet them, like yeah, it was an honor.
But yeah, can we dive into like your fashion school stuff a little bit?
Yeah.
So yeah, what was your experience like going to like fashion school, and like why did you choose fashion school and like design like
Okay.
that route?
Well, I went to kind of a STEM-based high school.
Okay.
No one was really artistic. They
Yeah.
all went to like Ivy Leagues, big colleges, but I decided to go to fashion school because I didn't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
And when I was a freshman in high school, I was friends with a girl who was a senior at the time, and she was the first one who went. And I didn't even know what Parsons was at the time, but she kind of like inspired me to go because I didn't really think it was an option.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd like go to school for business or something, but yeah, I ended up going. I went with like 3 of my close friends that I did art portfolio class with.
Yeah.
So I had like a good group of friends like going into college already. But yeah, it was cool.
Like June and
Yeah,
all them? Okay,
June,
yeah.
Sharon.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Huh. Oh, yeah. So what was that conversation like with your parents, like when you were deciding on going to like design school, like fashion school? Because it's very atypical for like an Asian to like pursue something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. My mom was very supportive. I mean, she's always supportive.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is the one that's like second guesses, and he just wants me to have a stable
So he was a little iffy about it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's still iffy about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's been like 5 years.
I mean, the fashion industry is kind of tough.
No, yeah,
So-
100%.
So I get it. There's not a lot of money in it. So I get where he's coming from. But, yeah, my mom was supportive of it. She wanted me to do what I wanted to do. And I kind of convinced them that I wanted to go there. And I also if I didn't get any scholarship or anything, I probably wouldn't have gone. It's not a smart choice. If you're like struggling with money and you're going to an art school, like you have to make sure that you have it taken care of, because it's literally all about money and like all the money that you have, because when you do projects and everything, like all the money that you spend, like the better the project is in a way. They don't really supply you with anything.
So are like the top kids that are ranked in Parsons, are they all like really rich kids?
Yeah, for sure.
Like super rich kids?
International kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for my thesis, I think they changed the rules for this, but we're allowed to have things manufactured.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
That's crazy.
so
That's
for
a life
for
hack
our
if you got money.
thesis, we have to do a collection. It's called a thesis collection. It's a project that you work on all year round.
You have pictures of it?
I have pictures, yeah.
Can we put a ding?
Ding.
Okay. But so you theoretically you have to do everything by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
which is a lot. You have to pattern make, you have to sew everything, you have to make muslins, like prototypes. You have to get everything made and photo shoot. Like I spent over $1,000 on my photo shoot. You have to get
Holy.
photographers, videographers. It's a whole big thing.
How long did it take from like start to finish to?
A year.
Oh.
The whole thing takes a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I guess less than a year because it's just like the whole school year, I mean.
Yeah.
But
And you receive a grade on that?
yeah, you do.
How does that work? Because I feel like
there's a rubric. It's different for every class, for every professor.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, but there's a general rubric that you have to follow. But as long as you do your project and as long as you like kind of have things to back it up and you finish everything, then it's fine. But you have to make like 5 or 6 looks.
huh?
Yeah.
Do you have people like walking with like your looks on, or like how does that work?
Not our year, but the year after, because our year was kind of like the COVID test year. It was the
yeah.
year after COVID, everything happened.
They
So
didn't do like a Zoom walk.
They
like-
were figuring everything out. But the year after us had a show at some building.
Huh.
But
Have you ever met like a designer from Parsons or any other school that like their designs are like but they got such a high grade because they have so much money?
like in school.
Yeah, or any designer.
Oh
in
yeah,
general.
I mean it's also relative. Like you can think something's really shitty, but if you have the research and everything and the concept to back it up, you can't really like grade someone. Some like
Or are there kids who have like a shit ton of money, but they still do like trash?
oh yeah, of course, of course.
So what do these kids do? Like they don't get a job. They just have so much money that they just open up their own like company and just.
You can, yeah.
Damn.
People do that.
Bro, these international kids, they just tell their dad like, "Hey, one of the sweatshops back home, like that's mine now."
I think there was this
That's
one
insane.
girl, or I think it was a girl, but we have 6-hour studio classes, and she would come to class with a new toile, like a new prototype, but she wouldn't do anything in class, but she would pretend to like work on it.
Oh,
And
what?
then the next class she would have another like perfectly done, like all the seams were nice and perfect.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's
It's crazy.
She was outsourcing.
Yeah, outsourcing.
like you don't see too many like Asian international students down in the South, but I went to I
You have
went.
SCAD though.
Huh?
You have SCAD.
Yeah, but like no one goes all the way down to SCAD. SCAD is like 6 hours from a main city.
Oh.
Yeah, there's nothing there. But so Auburn University, I used to go there a lot to watch football games,
Right.
and there was only these three Chinese international students that everyone knew in college. Right? They like just stood out. They all drove the same McLaren, and they all wore like the same Bape hoodie and same Supreme pants every single day.
Like they were sharing, or like they were all wearing at the same time,
Yeah,
like
they
matching
had
uniforms.
different. So each McLaren was the same but different color.
Oh.
It was like purple, green, and red or something. And then
12 Tumblr type shit.
yeah, and fucking so a buddy of mine, he plays lacrosse there, and he was in a science class or lab, and one of them became his like lab partner. That kid like didn't know how to do anything, and he was wearing a fucking Richard Mille like as like his stopwatch.
Just casual, you know.
And at one point he saw him like just like go to the bank and come home with like 150 grand in cash,
Huh.
and that shit was gone the next day. But it was just those three kids.
What a life.
I know.
Yeah.
International money's crazy.
But yeah,
I know Taman, you didn't go to like a 4-year college, but
I didn't go to
did
college
you,
at all.
Yeah, did you?
yeah. No, I went to UGA for 4 years.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you. Yeah, how's kind of like the international like population there?
When I went, it wasn't as crazy. Like I feel like all the international kids mostly went to like Georgia State or like Emory or whatever, whatnot.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't get a chance to like interact with them as much. But yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I went to Boston College, and so we had a good amount of international students, and I feel like, especially. The reason that like so many international students get accepted too is because they're always paying full price, right? Like that's the main draw for the colleges, and I feel like that's why a lot of them attend like the big like private universities, because like one, they can afford it, and two, like the universities want them there.
Yeah.
But I think it really is interesting, like, and I would love to know like how you saw it at UGA, but I think at BC it was very much so like Asian Americans here, like international like Asians like here. There was definitely like some intermingling and stuff. I think especially with the Koreans, and they were a lot more willing to like kind of hang out with us Kyopos, like the
Yeah.
Korean Americans. But I think especially the Chinese internationals, they kind of like stuck to themselves. And
So it's like so it's like super clicky.
yeah, like the ABCs like didn't really hang out with like Chinese internationals.
Yeah, because I noticed the same thing for like the few international kids that I did hang around with. Like it was all them in a group, and I would just like just
Sat there.
yeah, real quick, yeah.
Do they have like is like KUSA and VSA like a thing in all colleges?
We had a VSA, yeah,
yeah.
Vietnamese Students
Do you
Association.
guys have like
Yeah.
a KUSA too?
Oh, so ours is just KSA, so Korean Students Association.
Yeah.
I don't think I have that.
Yeah. Like, and they're called like different things. So also, because like Parsons is like so much smaller, right? Like, how many students like per year do you guys have? Or in the whole school?
I don't know.
You
But
don't know?
it's pretty small.
Parsons like
I have,
just
like-
straight design school, right? Nothing else.
Like
As in like
well,
sports or
it's-
like
it's-
You're part of the new school now, right?
it's under the new school.
Yeah.
So the new school has different not
do they have like
programs, but-
sports and stuff?
No.
Oh, alright.
I mean, we do, but it's not serious.
Oh.
I think we verse other
But they
art
look fresh as
schools.
fuck though.
Yeah. you guys play other?
Yeah, no, we play other art schools.
That's hilarious.
What was that game they play in Harry Potter?
Quidditch.
Yeah,
I
it's not
ju-
a serious
Hey, I know
thing.
their jerseys better be
A
fire.
bunch of
though.
international
Package straight
students with
heat.
like
Yeah.
LV, like Quidditch
Yeah.
sticks and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
That'd be so tough.
But a lot of kids in art school, like we don't really have like programs like that, or kids just don't want to participate because they're just in their own lane. And you're also in New York, so you don't really have to like do that stuff to meet people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's so many avenues to like meet people over here. Yeah.
I mean, but like you said earlier, what was it? There's like when we mentioned your friend Han, right? You said there's not a lot of straight dudes at Parsons. So what's the dating scene at an art school look like?
Or just New York in general, because like it's like I feel like it bleeds into each other. Yeah, like it intertwines almost.
Yeah, I mean, I always see TikToks about girls being like, "Oh, the fucking men here suck."
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, which is true. I
I think that's
guess.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But in New York, especially, because there's so many options. Like I saw this, there was like this one study that's like New York is like the least dateable city
What?
That can't be
Really?
true.
There's no way that's
I don't
true.
believe
Yeah.
it.
out of
Huh.
all the cities.
What do you
New
mean by
York.
dateable?
People are less willing to commit and
Oh.
settle down.
Because there's so many options.
And I think like the gender proportion is not.
Oh,
The ratio is not.
There's way more single women than single men
Yeah.
in New York,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
to me. I
That's
kind of thought it'd be the other way
crazy.
around.
Yeah.
what the
Like,
fuck are we doing in Georgia?
like there's more options for men there than there are for women.
yeah.
Mm.
But like yeah, so like the whole dating scene is just like a giant like revolving door. Yeah, like people just keep going and
Yeah,
in and
yeah.
out and stuff like that.
Yeah, and if most people when they're like in their 20s, like they don't really want to settle down, especially if you're living here.
Yeah, kids in the South get married at like 22.
Oh yeah.
Because they're all like super Christians.
Mhm.
Yeah, they'll get married at like 22, 20, 19. A kid from my high school got married to our high school security, like a police officer.
Oh my god.
And they came out with the engagement after the day after she graduated.
Jesus.
So
Ew.
that means they've been dating like while he was so like she graduated and he ended up quitting his job when she graduated and they got married right after.
Ew,
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Georgia's crazy.
That's wild. Yeah. But do you have any like regrets from your time at like
Parsons.
yeah Parsons?
Regrets?
Yeah. Or is there anything you would do over if you got a chance to?
Yeah, I guess I was kind of, well, it was during COVID, so I kind of lost 2 years online, or
Yeah.
1.5 years online.
Mhm.
So I guess that was kind of a regret.
Okay.
I couldn't study abroad. I really wanted to study abroad, but I couldn't.
Where would
'cause
you
of
have gone?
COVID.
Yeah.
I want to go to Paris or London.
Mm.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
Milan.
Yeah.
No,
Mm.
I don't like it there.
Yeah, she already been like Milan's too basic.
No, yeah. Mrs.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah, let me throw the same question at you. Was there anything that you would do over again if you got that year back from that time you spent over in like Studio City?
Oh, like specifically relating to like my gap year?
Yeah. Or even like college in general. Like, is there anything you would do?
Oh,
over?
like college in general, there's tons. I mean, like, I'll try to keep it brief, but basically, like, I grew up in Allentown, Pennsylvania for the majority of my life.
Mhm.
Super predominantly white. You know, I was one of very few Asian kids, and you know, like, I felt that like being Korean was such like a heavy part of my identity, but like at
Yeah.
the time, like, I was just I didn't really care. Like I played sports, I had a lot of friends, like so it doesn't really matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Get to college, start getting a little more educated, and like starting meeting people with a lot more diverse mindsets and perspectives than me. And I was just like, oh, like I really want to like explore and like learn things. And I think. Looking back on it now, I think Boston College is also extremely predominantly white, right? It's very wealthy too. So I wish that I would have gone to a school that's probably bigger. Like I think I would have enjoyed going to like a state school.
Bigger than
with,
BC?
BC's not very big. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we're definitely on the smaller end for a prestigious college, but just the demographics of everything. I think I would have liked to go to like a bigger, like more diverse college and just like be able to branch out a little more.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
my freshman and sophomore years, I was definitely a little too focused about like fitting in with like what like the rich white kids like wanted to do and like going out and like. I even wore Vineyard Vines at some point. That shit was tragic.
I think he would have thrived in the SEC.
Probably, yeah.
I think he would have thrived in the SEC.
I think I would have died in the SEC.
Yeah, probably.
That's SEC.
Yeah.
The Southeastern Conference.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
all the big football schools like Alabama, Georgia.
Oh.
Yeah, you're part of the. Well, what's the conference?
what?
If art schools play against art schools, what's the conference they play in?
There is no conference. It's for fun.
The design
Oh.
conference, dude.
So they just rent at a local park
It's
or
a
something.
joke. It's a joke.
Wait, they need to make like an anime with like fashion schools like battling against
I
each
guarantee
other.
you there's something like that.
Because you know, like
There's gotta
there's,
be.
there's like food wars, right?
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Shokugeki
yeah.
no Soma, and like they're just
Like
students.
Project Runway.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. I would watch the shit out of that.
They definitely have something like that where like fashion kids can basically they have it's insane.
But yeah, why did you choose Boston College of all colleges to go to?
Like, I mean, like not trying to be arrogant, but like I was a really good student. I had my fair share of colleges. Like I got into Cornell, I got into BC, Georgetown, a bunch of like other ones that like, like are, most Asian parents would be very happy about their kids going to. And I think part of the reason why I settled on BC was honestly like I did really want to go to Harvard, and it's one of the few ones that I didn't get accepted into. I was really in love with the Boston area, and I just thought that it would be ideal because there's so many colleges in Boston, right? Everyone's so well educated. Like, I grew up in a pretty conservative area, and I wanted to like see what like a more like liberal area would be like, and I chose it mainly because I thought it would give me the chance to explore more. Like BC has definitely more of like a liberal arts like curriculum compared to other schools. They're Jesuit Catholic, so like they're like very big about like be a whole like better person. Like education should make you a good person, not just like train you for the job. And I was like really like into that idea at the time. I wish it was a little bit more practical looking back on it, but so like I really didn't want to go to like remote places like Ithaca, like where Cornell is, and then what else? Like at the time, like I thought I didn't want to go to a state school because I didn't want to be like drowning like, or like be like a number of like one out of like 50,000 students, right? And don't get me wrong, like I'm really grateful for my time at BC, but there's definitely a lot of things that I would change about the school and like the culture there.
So this is a question for both of you guys. I know that both of you can definitely do social media full time, 100%. But what is making you guys not want to go through that route? Because I mean, we have friends that we met together like years ago, and they're still doing social media full time right now. And it's honestly, it's like, it's a pretty dope job because you get to like, film whatever you want. Well, not film whatever you want. You got to do, stuff for money. So what made you guys not want to go through that route and actually go into, I mean, you went into tech, you went into design, so.
You can go.
For me, like I never planned or wanted to be an influencer. I think COVID was the perfect storm in just things happening. Like I just made random videos like in my room, like during COVID. I was a history major in college, so I made like historical content. I was pretty big into like the activism scene at the time too, so really cared about that. And then just just funny like skits like in general. Like I feel like at the time there's so many like inside jokes, especially like with the Asian community on TikTok. It was really fun, and I got to meet like so many like cool people through it. The reason I didn't go into full time is because like I never really envisioned it for myself, and I think especially once I left LA, went back to school in Boston, I was like just like really sat down and like thought to myself like, is this like really something I want to pursue? Like, do I really like make videos? Do I really want to make videos like full time? And at that point, even like I definitely had slowed down like my content production a lot. I was making like maybe like one video like a month.
Oh.
And I kind of like
But
fell
those
out.
videos will pop off.
But I just I kind of like lost the passion or desire for it, and just wanted to get something a little more stable.
Yeah.
How about
But
you,
yeah,
Elena?
it seems like you've had like a crazy like journey so far, because like you went to Boston, like majored in history, and then ended up like in the tech scene, and then like dabbled into like the social media thing for a bit.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah. So the reason I majored in history was because I thought I wanted to go to law school.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it was a good thing because like I
Would have
got
it,
accepted
yeah.
into a bunch of like 3+3 programs, which were basically you go to undergrad for 3 years and then you start law school early in your senior year. And then you are able to graduate law school early as well. And so I got accepted into Northeasterns as well as like a couple others.
Oh, you got into law school?
Oh yeah. So,
Oh,
so
shit.
basically what happens when you get
Yo,
accepted.
congrats.
Well, I didn't go, Taman.
Yeah, I know, but like that's still huge. Like, yo, congrats.
No, so basically what would happen is like you start undergrad with the full knowledge of like, oh, like after like I graduate, I'm going to be attending law school at the same school.
Yeah.
And like I'm a very like scared of commitment type of guy, so I was like, oh,
Not
I
no
don't
more.
know I don't know if I can see myself really being a lawyer, and I'm glad I didn't. Like
Yeah.
it's too much paperwork, and it's too, yeah, it's just not what I wanted to do. So, you know, kind of thought about like what my skill set is and like what I'm good at. Like I work for BC's athletic program, so I was a photographer, videographer for them.
Yeah.
That's like kind of jump started my my love for marketing, and so like I took on a marketing minor as well. Social media thing happened too with TikTok, and yeah, I just decided that marketing is probably what I want to do. And overall, marketing jobs don't necessarily pay that well, right?
Okay.
But you know, they pay really well when you're marketing boring stuff like B2B SaaS and
Yeah.
tech. And I like money, so here I am.
Damn. I guess I don't like money enough. Shit. I'm doing something wrong. But
How about you, Alina?
What was the question again?
Why didn't you go full-time social media?
Well, I feel like it's also like not a choice that you can make if you're not getting consistent income in as a social media.
But you do like a
influencer.
lot of deals.
I do, but it's not enough to.
the bag's too small for it, dog.
fully
You need that big
sustain my
bag.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how big this bag needs to be. like,
I also don't post enough to like label myself as an influencer. I feel like I post stuff for fun, and I also kind of like having a job. Well, like not like any kind of job, but like
like something like
I like
physically you have to
meeting
go.
people. I like being with people. I feel like when you're just doing influencing, you're kind of just by yourself.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Like making videos by yourself, and but
I think it's
we'll
really.
see, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting too. Like, like what you mentioned about like meeting people and stuff. Like, I felt like in LA when I was meeting people like for the specific purpose of like, oh, like you know, we're both influencers. Let's like hang out. Let's see what happens. Maybe make some content.
Yeah.
A lot of it does feel like really transactional, where it's like, oh, like
Oh.
I'm gonna post you, you're gonna post me, like
Yeah.
reach our audiences and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate to have met a lot of people who just like want to hang out for like hangout's sake, like you know, like a bunch of like me and Taman's like mutual friends, like we just want to like grab dinner, like shoot the shit and like hang out.
Yeah.
But there's definitely people that I met that you know it did feel like very like business-esque.
Yeah.
And I
How
feel
does that
like-
go down? 'Cause-
yeah. Well, see, that's the thing too. Like, because like it's such a it's like there's not a formal code of conduct or anything, right? Like
Yeah.
you're just kind of like feeling each other out and like seeing what the other person's like down for. You do feel like somewhat obligated in certain cases. Like I've definitely like made videos or like been in other people's content that I wasn't necessarily like comfortable with.
Oh.
That, like I didn't like really like them necessarily, but I got
Yeah.
pressured into it because like it's like a friend of a friend, or like oh, like they can like I was working for a social media startup, so I did a lot of stuff that I didn't want to do because
see.
like it would help get our brand out there and like get awareness and get like more creators on the platform. And yeah, like I didn't like the transactional nature of it. I think that's a big part of the reason why I stopped too. I just wanted some friends, man.
Yeah, because I feel like it could get super draining after a while, because you can't like
Absolutely.
you know.
If you see like my earlier videos, you can tell that like for at least like 6 to 8 months, it was only videos of myself or with Justin. And me and Justin ended up moving in together and living together, and we only took videos of each other because we thought it was fun. It was super fun. We were making our own skits, we were making our own sets. It was dope. And then more people started coming into the group, and after that, I was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like you meet a lot of very surface level people,
Mhm.
and I didn't like that. Also, it's just
It takes all the fun away because
Yeah.
after a while it becomes like a chore or like something that you feel like you're obligated to.
Oh,
do.
100%. Yeah. I think chores like perfectly the right word. I think part of the reason like why I stopped making content as much too was especially during the pandemic and stuff. Like I had no responsibilities. Like I didn't have a job. Like
Yeah.
school wasn't on, and so like I could just make content whenever I want. But then even when I got to LA, like I was working a job and like I was like meeting new people and like having fun. And so even then like slowed down a little bit. And then especially like once I came back. And you know, like when I met you guys, like in New York and everything, like I was coming to New York like every single weekend. I wanted to go out, party, and like hang out, and then going back to school and like catching up on all this work. And like I hadn't been in school for like over a year at that point, so like now I have to get back in the swing of things. And so at that point, I was just like, I don't want to make videos.
I feel
Well,
like
yeah.
so many creators, they all say they get burnt out,
Yeah.
or they all have to take a break somehow.
Like I think people like really glamorize the lifestyle because it's like, oh, you don't have a boss, like you work for yourself, like theoretically you can make kind of whatever content you want.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I felt like pretty like beholden to my audience. Like I want to give them what they want. Sometimes I just want to make like a random like cooking video, right?
Yeah.
But like because like it wouldn't necessarily like blow up or something, right?
Like
am I-
your engagement gets ruined.
and then like like the algorithm like no like it's like, oh, like Young's putting out a bad video.
Yeah, the
like,
fucking
pretty
algorithm,
often.
man,
Yeah, and it really
dude.
screws you. And so like it's really like, disheartening. And I felt that like I tried to like really be the kind of person that like didn't take like likes, comments, like stuff like that like too seriously, and like really like worry about like my engagement. But
Can we talk about your time at Bowery for a little bit?
Sure.
yeah, I guess.
Fine. What do you want to know?
But yeah, I just want to touch on what you did now and like how it compared to like what you did at like Bowery, and like if there was like any difference in what you were expecting to come.
It's funny.
yeah.
We always talk about this at Bowery, but I wasn't actually supposed to work there.
oh really?
Yeah.
You just kind of slip and
I
tripped
kind
your way
of
into
just
something.
slipped in.
Yeah.
Pause. But
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I just heard that. It just registered. She said pause.
Resume.
But they like contracted me to do a project for them for a month.
Yeah.
It was like something for AAPI month, so I was only supposed to work there for a month. And then at the time, I was trying to look for a real fashion job, but the fashion industry is just so tough. It's hard to find jobs, especially jobs that you actually want to work for.
Yeah.
But so after that 1 month, they were like, "Oh, do you want to just continue working here?" Because they needed like my help. And then I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I kind of just stayed there while I was searching for another job, just as like a side thing, I guess. But I've been there for a little over a year now. I had another job, but I left it recently, a couple months ago. But my
What was
plan was to always find a full-time job in the fashion industry after college. And then I kind of experienced that a little bit with that other job. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, I actually don't know if I want to do that. But anyways, we actually are very, very close. And I actually grew to like my job a lot at Bowery,
Yeah.
which is why I'm staying. I like everyone that I work with. We're like a family. And it's just very creatively free, I guess.
Yeah.
We get a lot of creative freedom. And we're like working on a collection right now.
Oh, nice.
So that's what I'm doing.
Can we see any sneak peeks?
Yeah, I'll show you. Ding, ding. No.
Oh.
No ding.
Can you tell me a little bit more about like what Bowery actually does?
Yeah, okay. So there's
What?
a common misconception that we're just a store, but we're a lot more than that. We're kind of like a media agency. So we also do pop-ups. We have like multiple streams of revenue, I guess. But we're turning more into a media agency. We have artists come in for interviews. We do hospitality, like parties and stuff. We're throwing 2 parties for New York Fashion Week.
Oh. Isn't that like next week?
Yeah. It's this week, actually,
Oh.
Friday. it starts.
Who's like the coolest celebrity that you've ever met that came to Bowery?
That came to Bowery?
Mhm.
Well, we threw a party with Ice Spice.
Oh,
What? When?
Yo,
Like last Fashion
That's
Week.
crazy.
yo,
It was
wait,
crazy.
that was a pretty strong answer. I didn't expect that.
It was crazy. But we do have a lot of people come in. Like we've had Fabio Foreign come in. I can't think of any right now.
Nah, Ice Spice was enough.
Machine Gun Kelly came.
MGK.
That guy from that guy that says "fuck your life."
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Fuck your life, fuck your mother.
Bing bong.
Yeah, the Joe
Bing
Byron guy.
Bong.
I think his name is Nems. I don't know.
I was a big fan of him on TikTok. That motherfucker's funny.
Yeah. A lot of people. But yeah, we make content for other brands. We seed out influencers. We do a lot of stuff.
So if you guys are getting so most of your work is contracted with Bowery, right? So like it's not like, so how does pay work in like a situation like that? Do you guys get paid by each project or do you guys get paid by like a salary?
We get paid by hourly. Yeah.
And also, would you say like whatever you're doing now is like your ideal job, or is there something else that you're also striving towards during your time at Bowery?
I would love to do creative production, photo shoots and stuff. Yeah. Right now it's pretty ideal. I mean, my parents don't really think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they want me to have something very stable that makes me a lot of money.
Yeah. So this is like a very reoccurring like conversation that you have with like your parents over.
Oh yeah.
Would you ever switch over to like corporate? Just like.
No. I mean, I don't want to.
But
I
if you
don't
had
think-
to.
I feel like I know myself enough where I'm like, I don't think I would enjoy that very much. And also with Bowery, you kind of get something new every single day. We're always doing new things. So it's more exciting that way.
Oh, if I had the knowledge that I might meet Ice Spice at my work, I'd fucking take that job.
It'd be pretty cool, yeah.
It's Ice Spice.
Yeah. Would you tell her you're a munch?
I saw 21 Savage at the club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it on your
because
story.
Bowery was helping host a party or a club event, and he was
Yeah, yeah,
there.
All those rappers that
That
live.
was like right
like
after
30
his
minutes.
concert with Drake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah. There's definitely more. I just can't really think of them right now.
So for people so you guys both live in New York now. So for people who
I've
first
always
come
lived in
in,
New York.
so you guys are living in Manhattan now.
I don't live in Manhattan. I live in
So
Queens.
so you guys are New York residents now.
Yes.
And what's a few things that is like, let's do like two categories for Asian kids. What's the go-to thing to do in Manhattan?
Manhattan?
Yeah.
K-Town.
Ugh, I hate that answer.
That's a very generic one.
Yeah, so I was hoping. Yeah, so I was hoping.
That's why I said it unconfidently.
Is there like a?
So where's the real fun
I
at?
feel like all the newbies go to K-Town.
Newbie.
Newbie.
Yeah.
I just like Korean.
I'm also Korean, so there's that.
Also, the Korean food is dumb expensive.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
also
It
mid
is.
as fuck
It
in
is.
New York.
So mid.
Korean food in Manhattan is so hit
You
or
have
miss.
to go to Queens.
You have to go to Queens. Bayside, Flushing. Oh,
Chef's kiss.
So no Manhattan, just go straight to Queens.
I mean, I'm not saying there's not any good spots in Manhattan, but it's just like I think for what you pay, like especially because like Bergen County, right in Jersey, famous for Korean food, huge Korean population over there. You get amazing meals, super high quality at honestly really really reasonable prices. You come like 30 minutes into the city in New York, and
Disgusting.
It's disgustingly overpriced.
So this whole weekend, I went to like 4 different pochas like throughout K-Town. I ordered the same thing, fries, French fries, right?
Yeah.
Every time. Get the check, it's like $18 to $24.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you guys do?
Yeah.
Like this ketchup better have like truffle oil in it or some shit.
Or they call it truffle fries, and they
Truffle
put, like,
fries and put Parmesan cheese on it, and like
it's truffle salt. It's not even truffles. It's truffle salt.
Essence of truffle.
Yeah.
They just wafted over it.
Spur.
oh, so food, Queens. How about like having fun, drinking, stuff like that?
For Asian people
Well, I guess like
or for people in general?
for people.
For the normies.
Yeah. Well, what are the go-to spots like that are just popping that aren't generic or like basic?
She's cooler than me, so she's gonna know better.
Yeah.
She's gonna say like, go 3 stairs underneath the railroad, and then, like,
Like to go out
yeah.
or to eat?
Both.
Well, I don't really go out in K-Town.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm over that like den social
Oh,
phase.
disgusting. Never again.
When we first met 2 years ago, we were all over that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, that is true. No, when Taman was in New York, and like I was in Jersey during the summer.
Yeah.
So like we came and he visited, which is when Alina and I met. But yeah, we were fiending for club at that point, man. Went to Mission, went to Den, fucking
Trifecta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I went to all of them, and I was like, this is it.
Did we go to Maru? Please tell me.
I made it.
Maru. Never, right? Okay, yeah. Never go to Maru. Never. Everyone goes, especially when they're underage, because oh my god, it's in K-Town. It's so convenient. Let's
That
just
was
go.
like-
But honestly, I wish that more Asian people would venture out and not just go to those
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah.
Because there's so many other better clubs out there in the
Any
city.
suggestions? Because I've only been to the trifecta so far. So.
I like going to. I went to Public Arts the other night, or I guess like a few nights ago.
Is that a
couple weeks
club?
ago. Yeah, it's at the Public Hotel, but it's downstairs. I like the setup there. The venue's cute. A lot of people say Little Sister. I feel like that's a little overplayed now, but Little Sister's fun. The only issue is you kind of have to know someone to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to go with a promoter, or like you have to.
Oh, so I'm
It's
fucked.
kind of tough sometimes.
I can't even get in.
But
Do you think that's like that with a lot of clubs here?
yeah.
So how does like a normie like end up meeting someone like that? Do you just have to keep going
ca-
out and
or-
like
Get
or
your clout up,
sometimes-
boy.
huh?
Get your clout up, boy.
Cloud up? Yeah, for real. What the fuck are y'all doing?
You can go with people who know other people, or you can pay to get in. I went to The Stranger.
So it's an
a few
option to
weeks
pay in.
ago. Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
It's an option to pay in.
But she
But-
knows people. Should she, like, it's not even like.
Alina's like, I don't pay.
Yeah.
I mean, girls shouldn't pay. Respectfully. You
Disrespectfully.
either be a promoter or you don't pay. But The Stranger was cool. It's kind of scary, but I think guys were like $75 to get in.
Oh my god.
That's
What,
like-
what do you mean by scary?
It's like half my paycheck.
I went after a long night. I don't even know where I was. We took like a 40-minute Uber to The Stranger. I was about a yak. And then we went in, and it's crazy in there. There were people dancing. I was like at a table right next to the DJ booth, so like the music was like vibrating my body. There were like dragon heads like dancing in the crowd.
What?
Dragon head?
No.
What?
There was multiple rooms, and after like 15 minutes, me and my friends like wanted to dip so bad, and it took us 10 minutes to try to find an exit. There were like multiple exit signs, and each exit was leading us to a different room.
What the fuck?
It felt like a living hell. It felt like I was in the 7th circle of hell.
Oh god.
But yeah, it was interesting.
My first club experience was on the West Coast. Hated it.
Where'd you go?
Oh, One Oak.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna say arena. I was like, oh my god.
I've never been to
Arena.
Arena.
But you can't anymore.
Yeah, it's closed
Yeah.
down now.
Yeah.
It's closed?
Yeah, don't worry, you never missed out.
Why is it closed?
I remember you went to Arena a lot.
Well, I don't know what you mean by a lot.
I feel like arena is the equivalent of Den Social.
No. Okay, I fucking hate that. Okay, I'm Den Social's biggest hater. So.
But in
this is
terms of
biased.
an
Over
Asian
Mission?
club.
Any particular
In
reason
terms
why?
of an Asian club.
Yeah, I'd say. But like, Arena's venue is definitely like, that's the problem with too. Like Arena K-Town in LA, super small. Arena in SF was a lot bigger and it was better.
It was,
but,
yeah.
Los Globos had a lot of Asian people
Yeah,
too.
oh, Terracotta in LA does a lot too. I like Terracotta more, but yeah. Anyways, I just hate Den Social, man. Every time I've gone to Den Social, I've never had a good time.
I would take that over Mission though.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take Mission any day.
Really?
Over Den.
Mission's
Really?
I feel like it's worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Really?
I'm saying
Yeah,
Mission
there's
is
just
where
hella underage.
I buy a table and they gave me half of an L couch. Maybe a quarter of it, just the corner.
I just feel like Den's social audience is more mature.
For sure.
Like if I were to go on a mission right now, I'd be like, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, also it's like the vibes are different. Like Mission is like hard EDM.
Yeah, that is true. And like, I'm not an EM guy, like by any
Okay,
means.
you just went to Izu.
No, okay, but like I went for guys. I'm a vibes guy.
Yeah, he did for the
I'm a
vibes.
vibes
Not-
guy.
He went for
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
Yeah, I didn't see a set.
He went to
but,
smell
yeah.
horse shit.
Yeah, I did. It was a great time.
That's the real reason.
But I feel like the dance social vibe there is just like, I think part of it too is because like their dance floor is so small. It's absolutely small. It's just like a big bar and then tables, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And so like, like, if I'm going to the club, like I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm trying to dance, like hang with like all my friends and stuff. And I feel like Den is just, I feel like Den's a lot more like hookup spotty. Like people just
Really?
like, run around like talking and like.
And they kind of force you to
Yeah.
get a table, like if you want
Yeah,
some like room.
pretty
yeah.
much. Yeah, and like I think.
You just see hella kids tonguing each other out.
Yeah.
Wait,
The
what?
tonsil hockey is crazy, yeah.
Yeah. Like I was like the bathroom situation there is also like a little like fucked. So
Mhm.
you'll just be standing in the line, and I'm just like next. This couple's like on my back, and they're just.
Worst experience at Den.
Yeah.
Yeah. I in line with in the bathroom, and this fucking like he looked old, like,
Yeah.
like 50 something.
Yeah.
Like, not saying that 50 something is old, but like
He looks
to
old. He
be
looks like
at
28 or
old
something.
to be at Den Social. You know
Yeah.
what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he was like sniffing my bag, and he was like, "Do you have any blow?" And I was
Sniffing
like,
your
Sniffing
bag?
it?
I was like, "Please get away from me."
He was a canine.
No, literally, he was like.
Who'd you meet, like the Coke Monster? What the fuck?
Like sniffing me and my friends. I was like, "Get away from me!" He was scary.
He was 50 something. I think
He looked like it.
they should do like what they do with Korean clubs here in the States. Like certain clubs in Korea, you can't be over a certain age to enter. Like they'll ID check you, and then it says like 34. They'll be like, go to the nightclub instead of regular club.
Well, also because it's kind of predatory.
Isn't it?
I mean, the way he
Yeah.
did it was predatory. It's like sniffing her
Like,
bag and
if
shit.
you're a 35-year-old, like, why are you? I mean, I guess you could be a 21-year-old. I mean, 35 is kind of a stretch, but I guess like over 40.
Yeah.
I think in general too, just like
I'm pushing 30 now, so I feel like I'm about to expire soon.
No. Like I think it's more so just about like what are your like
Intention.
priorities, and like at that age, it's like what do you have going on that it's like
Yeah.
you're going to the club. Like if you go like once in a while too, like
Yeah.
with your friends or stuff, like special occasion, like by all means. But it's like if you're the kind of guy like in your 40s or guy or girl whatever, if you're in your 40s and you're hitting the club like often, it's like.
That's what I experienced at One Oak. It was like a bunch of old white men.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was
I
like
guess
young
they have
girls around
different
them.
lifestyles. I guess they just have different lifestyles.
Yeah. I mean, there were silver foxes, but like.
Yeah, you were into
You were
that.
like,
Huh?
I was about to hit.
Like, I mean, they're men with like a bunch of young girls and stuff. Well, I don't know. I don't.
So you
think-
wanted them to sniff you?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have just said so. Man.
Yeah, they said I stank.
Oh. um. So what's the best like club experience that you guys have had?
The best club experiences are the ones I don't remember. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never blacked
Okay.
out before, so.
I physically can't.
Yeah.
Like I've tried.
To
What
black
do you
out.
mean you've
No, because
tried?
after a certain point, my body has this threshold where I just either yak and like I sober up.
Yeah.
Or
You say you
that's the
ski?
only way. Yeah.
Low-key,
Like,
same.
Yeah.
Same.
I never.
Like, I'll
Yeah.
drink to the point where I'll feel a little bit sick, and then I just can't drink anymore.
Because I'm just conscious like the whole time, and it just hurts, and it could just get worse.
I've never blacked out. Like I've never like I hate like not being in control of my own actions. So, like I don't drink to the point where I'm just like belligerently like.
But you
like,
have a
throwing
superpower,
fingers.
though.
Yeah, that's the problem. So it's like it's like I get to the point where it's just like I just keep drinking and I'm like, oh wow, like I'm hammered, and then the whole night just becomes like a blur where it's like, oh, I'm just vibing and like having a good time. If it's with friends and like the energy's up and I'm like I just know like I was having a great time like dancing and like hanging out, but like if the vibes are off and I just remember like, oh, like I'm just way too fucked up.
Yeah.
I know by like the taste of the alcohol. When I start drinking, it's sweet, but once it starts getting bitter, I'm like, fuck.
Really? I know I'm drunk when I start taking shots and it tastes
Tastes like
water.
nothing.
No.
Yeah, it tastes
Yeah.
like nothing.
Like it starts tasting like more alcohol to
Yeah,
me.
that's the opposite, bro.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know. Maybe I'm a pussy or something, but
We've been new.
well, we're hitting about an hour mark, right, Sam? Or is it? It's been over an hour. Hour and 11 minutes. But first off, I just want to give a huge thanks to these wonderful people, my friends, for sparing some time for me and and just being great guests. Is there anything else that you guys want to maybe shout out or like message out before ending the podcast?
Yeah, big shout out to Taman and the crew for having
Yes.
us on. Like, I really appreciate you guys. Had a great time talking, and yeah.
You're so formal.
Am I?
Shout out to the team. Like you're on a news set or whatever.
Young goes
Back
best
to you.
regards. Best regards.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm more of a cheers kind of guy.
Cheers. Cheers. We'll connect to you next weekend.
But yeah, anything that you want to shout out?
Not really, no.
No Instagram, no nothing.
Check out my Instagram, I guess.
Wait, here. Check out our Instagrams.
Or my TikTok if you want to give me a follow.
Don't
Or her
follow my
Depop.
TikTok.
Or my Depop, yeah. I
Other
do
than
monthly
that-
drops on my Depop.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I'm Phil. This is Taman with the Levity podcast, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.